Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're on page 235, and our objective today is I will look for a pattern to solve word problems. Okay, so today I will look for a pattern to solve word problems. So the main part of our lesson today is this idea of a pattern, but what they don't talk about in our objective is that we're going to be using tables to help us find our pattern. Okay, we're going to be using tables. So let's look at our vocabulary. It says a product is an answer to a multiplication problem. So if we had 2 times 3, our product would be 6. That's our product. Our product is our answer to a multiplication problem. These two numbers are called our factors. Those are called our factors, and this is our product. Okay, a pattern, here's a pattern with numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Who could guess what comes next? 12. The pattern is counting by twos. Here's a pattern with shapes. We have circle, triangle, circle, triangle, circle, triangle, and I bet you can guess we have a circle that's going to come next. Okay, so our patterns are going to be a little bit more complicated than that because we're third graders. So we're going to use this idea of a table. So it says table model of multiplication. So listen to this question. On Monday, Maurice spelled 8 of his spelling words correctly. So on Monday, Maurice spelled 8 of his spelling words correctly. Okay, each day he spelled one more word correctly. So one more word each day. So Monday, we put as day 1, he had 8. But then each day he got one more. So Tuesday was day 2, he had one more word correct. Wednesday, he had one more word correct. And Thursday, he had one more word. So the question says, how many words will he spell correctly on the 4th day? So on 4th day, he had 11 words correct. So creating this table helps me organize my work. Okay, so let's look at our steps today. It says we're going to read the problem, create a table. This is our main step today. Is we're going to be making these tables and label your categories. So when they say label, this is what they're referring to, ladies and gentlemen, is these are my labels. So it says it's the words that explain what's going on. Okay, so we're going to create a table and label it. Then we're going to fill in the known information and find your rule or pattern. Fill in the unknown information using your rule. So that means continue the pattern. And then write your answer in a complete sentence. Okay, so this is something that we don't always have, but they want a complete sentence. So look down here. This is the complete sentence. On the 4th day, Maurice will spell 11 words correctly. So that's kind of a big deal today. Okay, so let's look at my first problem. And you can follow along with your steps as I do my problem. Here is my first one, and it says, Fred runs daily. He ran 2 miles the first day. Each day he ran 2 more miles. How many miles did he run on the 4th day? Okay, so let's look at this. I'm going to draw a table. So, I know, I'm going to say days and miles. So, what do I know? He ran 2 miles the first day. So, on day 1, he ran 2 miles. And then it says each day he ran 2 more miles. So on day 2, he ran 2 more miles. So 2 more miles than 2 is 4. On day 3, He ran even 2 more miles because it says each day he ran 2 more miles. My question says, how many miles did he run on the 4th day? So they want me to go to the 4th day. So on the 4th day, he ran 2 more miles each day. So the pattern here with miles was +2 each time. So my sentence could be, on the 4th day, Fred ran 8 miles. And that is my answer right here, 8. That's what we were looking for. Okay, let's look at my next one. Okay, Joe is stacking cups. I've stacked cups before, it's fun. There are 2 cups in the first row, 4 cups in the second row, and 6 cups in the third row. If the same pattern continues, how many cups will there be in the 5th row? Okay, so we're doing cups and rows. Okay, so I have rows and cups. What do I know? There's 2 cups in the first row. So in my first row, there's 2 cups. Okay, it says there's 4 cups in the second row. So in my second row, there's 4 cups. And then 6 cups in the third row. So in the third row, there's 6 cups. And they want to know what's in the 5th row. So in the 5th row, they want to know how many cups there are. Okay, so my row is just counting by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what's happening to my cups? What's the pattern? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is it my pattern going by 2s in the cups? So what could our answer be? That there are 10 cups in the 5th row. That could be my complete sentence. There are 10 cups in the 5th row. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's try some of these together. Here's our first one, and we're on page 236. Page 236. Okay, it says, Kiyoshi is making an art project. He places 3 buttons in the first row, 6 buttons in the second row, then 9 buttons in the third row. If the pattern continues, how many buttons will be in the 4th row? Okay, so it sounds like we're doing rows of buttons, right? So let's do rows and buttons. So what do we know? We know 3 buttons in the first row. So in row 1, there's 3 buttons. We know 6 buttons in the second row. So in second row, 6 buttons. We know 9 buttons. So in the third row, so row 3 has 9 buttons. And the question says, if the pattern continues, how many will be in the 4th row? This is what they want to know. How many is going to go right there? Well, my rows just counted by 1s, but my buttons went 3, 6, 9. So what are we counting by? 3s. So our next one's going to be 12. So what could we say? That Kiyoshi, I like that name, Kiyoshi places 12 buttons in the 4th row. That would be our answer. Kiyoshi places 12 buttons in the 4th row. Okay, let's look at our next one. Okay, it says, Alex is making a pattern with rocks. He puts 4 rocks in the first row, 8 rocks in the second row, 12 rocks in the third row. If the pattern continues, how many rocks will be in the 5th row? Okay, so what are we comparing this time? It sounds like rows with rocks. Instead of rows of buttons, this time we have rows of rocks. And so what do we know? It says 4 rocks in the first row. So in row 1, there was 4 rocks. 8 rocks in the second row. So in row 2, there was 8 rocks. 12 rocks in the third row. So row 3, there was 12 rocks. If the pattern continues, how many rocks will be in the 5th row? Okay, so they don't want to know about the 4th row. They want to know about the 5th row. So what are our rocks counting by? 4, 8, 12. Looks like they're counting by 4s. So what's 4 more? 16. And 16 plus 4 is 20. So in the 5th row, there must be 20 rocks. Ready? So Alex put 20 rocks in the 5th row. That would be our answer. Alex put 20 rocks in the 5th row. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you make your tables with your labels and then make sure you answer in a complete sentence. Have a great day. Bye.